Welcome back and welcome to my day 2 update and my day 3 challenge. Day 2 I was out and about doing various things. I also went to the cinema, so I didn't get as much reading done as I did on day 1, but then I knew it was going to be a little bit like that. So I read a good chunk of Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I read about 250 pages of this, so I had just 70 pages left to read when I got up this morning, which I have. I've just finished this one, so the extra 70 pages of that will count towards my day 3 total. I was I'd say I was out and about a lot, so I listened to a lot of audiobooks. So I probably listened to about the same amount of I Heart Paris by Lindsay Kelk on audiobook as I did on day 1, so probably about another 100 pages, which brings my page count total for day 2 to about 350 pages, which isn't bad considering the fact that I also went to multiple supermarkets and the cinema and the trivia that we do on a Tuesday night, so that's okay. And in terms of challenges, obviously yesterday I posted the day 2 video challenge, and I haven't done either of the Instagram challenges yet, just because the first one was drawing and the video challenge was drawing, and I'm just not up for that. And then yesterday's was to post a picture of your favourite classic, and by the time I got back here after trivia, the deadline for that had already gone, so all my classics were obviously here. I was out and about with this guy and my audiobook, so I didn't do that one. Haven't looked at day 3's Instagram challenge yet, but day 3's video challenge I am about to do my own take on now. If you are wanting sort of live updates of what I'm reading, when I'm reading, I'm updating Goodreads, which also posts to Twitter, so you can follow either Goodreads or Twitter, and I am regularly posting on Snapchat and Instagram stories as well when I'm reading, what I'm reading, when I'm finishing. So all the links to all those social media are down below, and as I say, my Goodreads also posts to Twitter, so if you're following me on there, you'll get the regular updates. So today's video challenge was to act out a scene from a book. Again, not my forte really, so I'm going to do you a sort of dramatic reading of one of my favourite books, which is Bridget Jones's Diary. This one, obviously I did a whole book versus film on this one, and how I see it completely separately because Renee Zellweger is not Bridget in my head. So I thought I would just read you this because it makes me laugh so much, and if you haven't read this, then you really should read it because it will make you laugh more than the film did. The film is funny and I like the film and I will rewatch the film, but the book is funnier, and therefore I will reread the book before I rewatch the film. So this is New Year's Day, 1st of January, 11:45 p.m. Ugh, first day of New Year has been day of horror. Cannot quite believe I am once again starting the year in a single bed in my parents' house. It is too humiliating at my age. I wonder if they'll smell it if I have a fag out the window. Having skulked at home all day, hoping hangover would be clear, I eventually gave up and set off for the turkey curry buffet far too late. When I got to the Alconburys and rang their entire tune of tall town hall clock-style doorbell, I was still in a strange world of my own, nauseous, vile-headed, acidic. I was also suffering from road rage residue after inadvertently getting on the M6 instead of the M1 and having to drive halfway to Birmingham before I could find anywhere to turn round. We've all been there. I was so furious I kept jamming my foot down on the floor as the accelerator pedal gave on the accelerator pedal to give vent to my feelings, which is very dangerous. I watched resignedly as Una Alconbury's form, intriguingly deformed through the ripply glass door, bore down on me in a fuchsia two-piece. Bridget, we'd almost given you up for lost. Happy New Year! Just about to start without you. She seemed to manage to kiss me, get my coat off, hang it over the banister, wipe her lipstick off my cheek, and make me feel incredibly guilty, all in one movement, while I leaned against the ornament shelf for support. Sorry, I got lost. Lost. What are we going to do with you? Come on in. She led me through the frosted glass door into the lounge, shouting, "She got lost, everyone!" "Bridget, Happy New Year," said Geoffrey Alconbury, clad in a yellow, diamond-patterned sweater. He did a jokey Bruce Forsyth step and then gave me a sort of hug which Boots would send straight to the police station. "Huh," he said, going red in the face and pulling his trousers up by the waistband. "Which junction did you come off at?" "Junction 19, but there was a diversion." "Junction 19! Una! She came off at Junction 19. You've added an hour to your journey before you've even started. Come on, let's get you a drink. How's your love life, anyway?" Oh, God. Why can't married people understand that this is no longer a polite question to ask? Why wouldn't rush up to them and roar, "How's your marriage going? Still having sex?" Everyone knows that dating in your 30s is not the happy-go-lucky free-for-all it was when you were 22, and that the honest answer is more likely to be, "Actually, last night my married lover appeared wearing suspenders and a darling little Angora crop top, told me he was gay / a sex addict / a narcotic addict / a commitment phobic and beat me up with a dildo. Then, super thanks." Not being a natural liar, I ended up mumbling shamefacedly to Geoffrey, "Fine." At which point he boomed, "So you still haven't got a fella?" "Bridget, what are we going to do with you?" said Una. "You career girls, I don't know. Can't put it off forever, you know. Tick-tock, tick-tock." "Yes, how does a woman your age get to your age without being married?" roared Brian Enderby, married to Mavis, used to be president of the Rotary in Kettering, waving his sherry in the air. Fortunately, my dad rescued me. "I am very pleased to see you, Bridget," he said, taking my arm. "Your mother has the entire Northamptonshire constabulary poised to comb the country with toothbrushes for your dismembered remains. Come and demonstrate your presence so I can start enjoying myself." "How's the be-wheeled suitcase?" "Big beyond all sense." "How are the ear hair clippers?" "Oh, marvellously, clippy." It was all right, I suppose. I would have felt a bit mean if I hadn't turned up, but Mark Darcy, yuck. Every time my mother's rung up for weeks, it's been, "Of course you remember the Darcys, darling. They came over when we lived in Buckingham, and you and Mark played in the paddling pool." Or, "Oh, did I mention Malcolm and Elaine are bringing Mark with them to Una's New Year's Day turkey curry buffet? He's just back from America, apparently. Divorced. Looking for a house in Holland Park. Apparently he had the most terrible time with his wife. Japanese. Very cruel race." The next time, as if out of the blue, "Do you remember Mark Darcy, darling? Malcolm and Elaine's son. He's one of those super-duper top-notch lawyers. Divorced. Elaine says he works all the time and he's terribly lonely. I think he might be coming to Una's New Year's Day turkey curry buffet, actually." I don't know why she didn't just come out with it and say, "Darling, do shag Mark Darcy over the turkey curry, won't you? He's very rich." "Come along and meet Mark," Una Alconbury sing-songed before I'd even had time to get a drink down me. Being set up with a man against your will is one level of humiliation, but being literally dragged into it by Una Alconbury whilst caring for an acidic hangover, watched by an entire room full of friends of your parents, is on another plane altogether. The rich, divorced by cruel wife Mark, quite tall, was standing with his back to the room, scrutinising the contents of the Alconburys' bookshelves, mainly leather-bound series of books about the Third Reich, which Geoffrey sends off from Reader's Digest. It struck me as pretty ridiculous to be called Mr. Darcy and to stand on your own, looking snooty at a party. It's like being called Heathcliff and insisting on spending the entire evening in the garden shouting, "Cathy!" and banging your head against a tree. "Mark," said Una, as if she was one of Santa Claus's fairies, "I've got someone nice for you to meet." He turned round, revealing what seemed from the back like a harmless navy sweater, but what was actually a V-neck, diamond pattern, in shades of yellow and blue, as favoured by the more elderly of the nation's sports reporters. As my friend Tom often remarks, it's amazing how much time and money can be saved in the world of dating by close attention to detail. A white sock here, a pair of red braces there, a grey slip-on shoe, a swastika are often not all one needs to tell that there's no point writing down phone numbers and forking out for expensive lunches, because it's never going to be a runner. I like that scene because it's hilarious and so true, and it's the moment when Bridget first sees Mark again after having seen him, running around naked in a paddling pool, and so that's why I decided to read that one. So sorry if that was a bit long. If you've made it this far, then that's fine. That's why I did the update first. Not into the drama, so just went for a reading, and that's a diary anyway, so basically it would just be Bridget writing it down. So that is my interpretation of today's challenge. I will be back with more updates tomorrow. As I say, all the updates as I'm doing them are on social media. So if you follow me on any of my social media channels, you'll see everything on there. And yeah, I hope your BookTubeAthon is going well, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.